Yo, what's up guys, RBC here and I'm back with a gameplay analysis, something that I haven't done for a few weeks or even like a month or something. I've been picking one of Alois' game because, so for the people who don't know him, he's been streaming daily and he's currently doing like an unranked to challenger stream. So go into Twitch and look for Alois NL and you should be able to find him. Anyway, I picked this one game here because it's a Sett matchup. And I know Sett is a matchup a lot of people struggle against. And if I want to be realistic, this matchup, Riven versus Sett, is not a matchup in which you should die, but it's not a matchup in which you should also get kills. It's just, it should normally be like a boring matchup on both sides. The main thing to remember in this matchup is that Sett has insane cooldowns. I'm gonna look at his spells right now, and normally, if I remember correctly, it's something around 16 or even like 18 seconds. So let's see. He has 16 seconds on E, 18 seconds on W, and 9 seconds on Q. So those cooldowns here, like the E and the W, those cooldowns are fucking huge. And this is the main thing you want to remember about this matchup. You want to remember that Sett has insane cooldowns, and this is what you want to be playing around. So if Sett wastes his E and W, that's when you should be able to trade back in most situations. But if he has everything up still, you should not initiate the fight. Most of the time, you don't want to be initiating the fight against Sett, because if you just fight against him when he has W and E up, the fight may look good at first, but then by the end of it, you're gonna realize that you're actually losing the fight. So this is something you want to remember. And most of the time you just don't want to be initiating the fight against him, and you want to be playing with the moves. But what I mean by that is like, you want to bait Sett by using E, and you want to be doing, so let's see if Alois actually does that so I can show you. But basically you want to move up like forward and backwards non-stop. Use your Q as a dash to go behind you again, like to go back behind you. I don't know if that makes sense, but if Alois shows you that in this one game, this would be amazing, so I can show you like what I mean by that. But basically you want to bait, like you want to go forward, backwards, non-stop, use your Q as a dash to go back to your tower, and try to bait Sett into using E. Obviously, if you face a good Sett, most of the time they're not gonna use their E aggressively just like that. They may be holding onto their E to wait for you to trade and then cancel your first Q with it. But if you play, I would say in lower elo, but actually even in higher elo, like this is probably like Masters MMR, and we can see that this Sett still uses E aggressively. So if they do that, if the Sett actually uses E just like this one Sett, just aggressively to try to pull you in, then you can try many times to just bait it. And if you manage to bait it by like to bait the Sett into using E and then you dodge it, then you may be having some openings to kill him later. I don't know if that's gonna happen in this matchup, but I hope it's gonna happen so I can show you what I mean by that. So right there, yeah, there's not much to do, especially since Sett has been playing, we cannot take many trades. Okay, misses the stun, so needs to be careful. So I'm just gonna speed up a little bit here until something interesting happens. So here he takes some short trade. We can see that Alois used QW and he disengaged with E because Sett was not fast enough to pull him back. That's basically what Alois has been doing the entire time so far. He doesn't go for full trades. He keeps his dashes to get away. This way, even like if he disengages with E but gets pulled with the Sett E, he still has 2 Qs to get away. That's why you don't want to be using all of your Qs to trade against him, because if you get your E cancelled, then you're doomed. So let's see here. I'm gonna pause. Q is coming back. Ignite is up. Flash is up. Everything is gonna be back up. Sett has E, Flash, and W. Realistically, this should be a kill. We can at least force the flash here. It's not sure. It depends on how Alois plays that, because if he gets pulled with the E and then Sett flashes away, there's a chance he misses the kill, but yeah, there was. There was a scenario in which Sett could survive, but it was like really close. Because Sett should have known, like at this specific moment, right there, Sett should be very careful. Right now he should, because he wants to crash this wave here, so he goes very greedy for it and he dies for that. So here, oh, so he went Doran's Blade? I ain't no Sett player, but I'm pretty sure Doran Shield is just the way to go because it's way too broken with the passive. So here we get the wave crash pretty easily. So basically what happened here in this laning phase so far is that Alois has been able to take some short trades here and there, permanently going for QW auto attack, disengage with E, keeping 2 Qs up, so this way if he gets pulled back, he can just double Q away. And I think it's mainly, Sett did not play the matchup very well. Like I said, he's been using E aggressively way too often when you want to be holding onto your E, just to deny the potential aggressive plays from Riven. So here the wave is gonna push back to Riven. She should not be able to look for a kill here, but I don't even know because the Sett doesn't play well, so yeah, she can't. That was kind of, let's see why he goes for the fight here, because Sett still has everything and he's full HP. He hits 6 here, and Alois is not gonna have cooldowns. Does he have cooldowns when he goes for the all-in? Yeah, he goes once the cooldowns come back up, but the issue is that Sett has everything. And he also used E at the engage, so he lost his E here, so he didn't dodge anything with it. And yeah, that's what usually that happens when Sett has everything and you go for the fight anyway. But I think the biggest mistake Alois made in this one fight here was to use E to go in. Because here, if he just waits a little bit or just like uses R instantly and then goes for like auto attack stun, he can keep the E to like dash behind Sett. I mean, if he dash behind on this one spot here, he's gonna get ulted back to the tower. But he can E on the side to predict the E or the W and just dodge it. But the main mistake was just, yeah, to go for the trade when Sett has everything, especially with Ignite up. And the big minion wave too. So now it's a downside for Alois because the wave crashes here and he loses so much. And this is basically when you reach a point as Riven where you should not be able to win this lane anymore. I mean, realistically, you should never win this lane by taking kills because, oh god, the cannon, fuck. Yeah, you should not really win this lane because it's a boring lane, but you can still get some kills sometimes if the Sett fucks up. And it seems like this Sett player actually is gonna make a lot of mistakes. Especially with the way he's been playing with on the 3 first levels. So here, yeah, there's not much you can do as Riven here. Just try to look for some short trades here and there. Just play around Sett's cooldowns. So I don't think Alois is gonna try too much right there because the wave is way too big. He's most likely gonna wait for either Wukong or for the wave to push to his side. Okay, so Wukong is near. As you can see, there's just not much going on, right? This is a matchup where you're not really able to fight. And you can see that he just backs off. Every time he misses his turn, he just backs off because he just cannot fight back. So he takes some damage. But he doesn't do shit to Sett, doesn't really do too much damage to him. Alois is gonna try to deny the wave crash, try to hold the wave on this one spot here. But that's usually when you can get bullied by Sett here. When you try to hold the wave, it's when Sett is gonna try to bully you and punish you for freezing. So he's gonna have to give up the wave crash here. And yeah, I'm just gonna speed up again. Wait for the wave. Yeah, this is basically what's gonna happen the entire time. See, short trade, bone padding proc with auto attack, disengage with E, Sett misses his E. We go back to lane, lose a few minions of XP here. We lost a wave, half a wave. We push back the lane as Riven. And yeah, we just reset, get the item. Sett has Blade of the Ruined King, by the way. Now this is when you should never be, like, you literally just cannot win this lane 1v1. Blade of the Ruined King on a lot of champions is like way stronger than having God Drinker on Riven. I mean, it's fucking trolling. It's buff. I don't even know what to say. This Sett has been playing the matchup pretty poorly since level 1. And right there, it just doesn't give a fuck. He does not fuck. He wants this one plate here, and it just dies. I'm fucking dying because of that. Like, dude, what is that? Okay, let's see. He really wants this one plate. He has flash. He could just flash away, even though that would be fucking... Oh, actually, something better here. Sett flashes behind Riven and ults her away from the tower. Yeah, actually, if he played that way, I think even by being so fucking greedy, he will still have killed her. I think. I'm not entirely sure, but it looks like it to me. Like at this moment, if the Sett flashes right there, ults Riven right here, pulls her with E once the ultimate ends, and uses W, she just basically dies, because he has Ignite as well, yeah. Yeah, I think that would have happened. But yeah, I mean, we are not learning too much about this one matchup here, because the Sett plays this matchup pretty poorly. But I guess that shows you an idea of how you're not really supposed to fight against Sett. And if you want to do so, you have to be baiting the cooldowns first. Yeah, not much to see. Like this is just gonna be waves pushing back and forth non-stop. Can get some kills here with the... Oh, okay, let's go back here. Whoa. I was so fast, but I didn't think... Yeah, face checking the Sett here with the one plating up. Blade of the Ruined King just procced. He gets flashed in. Ulted. Yeah, this is just... Blade of the Ruined King did so much damage here. Wait, did it just do 400? No, okay, he did like 300 with the blade. I mean, that's kind of huge. Like 300 is like a huge part of Wukong's HP. But yeah, this matchup, it's just don't look to fight the Sett unless he doesn't have cooldowns. And if you want to bait him into using his cooldowns, you want to be doing back and forth move. I have a video about it somewhere where I talk about baiting abilities. And you have to be... Basically what you want to do is to right click in front of Riven, so she goes forward, and at the same time you move your cursor back behind Riven and you right click and then Q. This way your champion moves forward but then Qs backward. And this can bait actually, like if Sett overreacts, this can bait his E, and then this can gives you an opening to fight him, right? But that's basically how you look for fights against Sett. Otherwise, you should not be really able to fight him. And that only works against Sett that actually overreact and uses their E when they should not be using them. Like I said, if this optimally, I think this matchup should just be dead as boring as fuck, because Riven should not be able to fight Sett until he uses cooldown, but Sett should not be using cooldown until Riven looks for a fight. So if both players play this matchup accordingly, nothing should happen. Obviously, it's never the case. We are talking about League of Legends. There's always like ego player or just mistakes or whatever, and you can always find openings in matchups where you should never have any opening. But you know, League of Legends, mysterious things can happen. So. Let's see, I'm just gonna look at this one fight here before cutting the recording. So yeah, Sett is dead. So let's just look at the fight before I stop the recording. So here we have everything on Alois' side, and we have no flash on Sett. So here, Alois failed the reset of his Q. Stuns, he's away. Actually, that's when Sett could have, I think Sett could have punished Alois here. Let's see. He gets, like, Riven has no Q. Gets stunned, auto attack, E away, and then right there, that's when Sett should be able to punish her because she has no dash to dodge the E. But it waits too long. So now she gets every cooldown back up. Okay. And now, again, this is the mistake I was talking about. Sett uses E when there's no reason to do so. Because she's not cancelling the third Q, and she still has dashes, so she can either fight back or dash away. Using your E as Sett against Riven when she doesn't have, like, she still has all of her dashes, or you're not cancelling the third Q, most of the time is not gonna be like a good way to use your E. Yeah, this is just doomed for this one fight. I mean, the bad E here is one of the main reasons why. I didn't see if he missed his W or something. Let's see. So here he is for nothing. Good short trades here. We disengage. Go back in. And Alois gets the shield here anyway. Wait, did he not get the Blade of Ruin King proc? Did he not even auto attack enough? I was actually... I mean, Alois played very well as well in this fight because he never let Sett auto attack him enough. Goes in here. There's one auto attack. He gets stunned. Then he gets knocked up during the next one. And then Alois disengages here and goes back in right there. So Sett has never been able to auto attack enough to proc the blade here. That's also why the trade was not even close, because he used a bad E and then he just wasn't able to auto attack properly. There was a really good kiting by Alois, and it was also badly played by Sett. So those two factors added together just made it so easy. But yeah, I hope this helped to figure out a little bit more about the matchup. I'm gonna cut the recording here, and thank you guys for watching, and peace.